Learn English through story. The Lantern Maker's Legacy. In a small, foggy town perched on the edge of a vast ocean, there lived a lantern maker named Thomas. He was a man of humble means, known for his quiet nature and the beautiful, handcrafted lanterns that adorned the homes and streets of the town. Each lantern Thomas made was unique, created with meticulous care and infused with a gentle warmth that seemed to chase away the darkest nights. Thomas lived alone in a modest cottage by the sea, where he spent his days carving intricate designs into wood and metal, and his nights testing his creations to ensure they provided the perfect light. The townspeople loved his work, often remarking how his lanterns brought not just light, but also a sense of peace and comfort. However, Thomas was not content. Despite the admiration he received, he felt his life lacked purpose. He believed his lanterns were mere objects, and he longed to create something more meaningful, something that would outlast him and make a difference in the world. This yearning kept him awake at night, staring out at the vast, unchanging ocean, wondering if he would ever find the deeper meaning he sought. One evening, as Thomas was closing his workshop, a traveler appeared at his door. She was a woman of striking presence, with bright eyes that seemed to see right through him. She introduced herself as Elena and said she had come from a faraway and, drawn by the stories of Thomas's lanterns, she asked if she could commission a special lantern, the one that would guide her on her journeys and bring light to places where darkness reigned. Thomas, intrigued by her request, agreed. "What kind of lantern do you seek?" he asked, eager to hear her vision. Elena smiled and replied, "I need a lantern that is not just a source of light, but a symbol of hope. I travel to places where people have lost their way, where fear and despair have taken hold. I want a lantern that can remind them that no matter how dark the night, there is always a glimmer of hope." Moved by her words, Thomas promised to create the most extraordinary lantern he had ever made. For weeks, he worked tirelessly, pouring all his skill, creativity, and heart into the project. He carved delicate patterns into the metal, etched symbols of guidance and strength, and carefully selected the materials that would give the lantern a warm, enduring glow. He even inscribed a message along the base: light to the lost, hope to the weary. When the lantern was finally finished, it was a masterpiece. It emitted a soft, golden light that seemed to pulse with life, and the intricate designs cast beautiful shadows that danced like spirits in the night. Thomas had never been so proud of his work. Elena returned to the workshop, and when she saw the lantern, her eyes filled with tears. "This is more than I could have hoped for," she said softly. "You've created something truly special, Thomas." As she prepared to leave, Thomas hesitated. "Elena," he began, "I've spent my life making lanterns, but I've always felt that something was missing. I want to know that my work has meaning, that it can make a difference in the world. Do you think this lantern can do that?" Elena looked at him with understanding. "Thomas," she said, "your lanterns have always had meaning. They've brought light to this town, comfort to the people, and beauty to the world. This lantern you've made for me will bring hope to those who need it most. But you must understand, a meaning doesn't come from the objects we create, but from the intention behind them and the impact they have on others." With that, Elena took the lantern and set off on her journey. Thomas watched her disappear into the night, the light from the lantern glowing steadily as she walked away. In the weeks that followed, Thomas thought often about Elena's words. He continued to make his lanterns, but with a new sense of purpose. He realized that his lanterns were not just functional objects, that they were symbols of warmth, safety, and connection. Each one had the potential to brighten someone's life, to remind them that even in the darkest times, there was light to be found. As the years passed, Thomas's reputation grew, and his lanterns spread far beyond the small town. Travelers from distant lands would seek him out, drawn by the stories of his work. They spoke of how his lanterns had brought comfort to the grieving, hope to the hopeless, and courage to the fearful. Thomas's workshop became a place of pilgrimage, where people came not just to buy a lantern, but to find solace and inspiration. One day, a young apprentice came to Thomas, eager to learn the art of lantern making. Thomas agreed to teach him, passing on all the knowledge and skills he had acquired over the years. But more importantly, he taught the apprentice about the true purpose of their craft. Remember, Thomas said, the light you create is more than just a way to see in the dark. It's a way to reach out to others, to touch their lives and offer them hope. If you can do that, your work will always have meaning. Thomas lived to a ripe old age, and when he finally passed away, the town was plunged into mourning. But his legacy lived on in the countless lanterns he had made, each one a beacon of light and hope. His apprentice continued his work, always mindful of the lessons Thomas had taught him, and so, the lanterns of Thomas the Lantern Maker continued to brighten the world, a reminder that even the simplest of creations can hold great power when made with love and purpose. I hope you enjoyed the story. If you enjoyed, then please like and share this video, and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.